Wait. Hi! 外だ、立ちおかえり。アイリスShinomoriです。Hello everyone, it's me. It's your favorite. It's your girl. It's your girl. Wait. Now my face is calibrated. Hello everyone, it's Irish Shinomori. Here, we are back with Chinese lessons, the sequel. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's day going? My day is going super duper fine. We just came out of the shower. We just did my hair. Now I'm a fluffy, clean rabbit because hygiene's important. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Hello. So, my weekend was just getting stuff set up, and now I have the first collab that I'm doing that I'm not going to tell you because you should look at my schedule. And I love how my hello? Lip flaps. Hello? Gotta really try to get my lip flaps to show my lips flapping. My lips are moving. Like my lips. Hold on, now I gotta, hold on. My lips are not moving. Okay. Hello. Now my lips are kind of moving. So today we're gonna do Chinese lesson number 2. Hi sushi boy, sup? What's up? Yeah. And I don't know if people noticed, but my lovely mama, my lovely mom, my lovely illustrator and rigging mama actually did some work on my model, and now I have a smug face. Now I have a smug face to show you. Wait, can I press this? That's not my smug face. That's like my silent fury. Welcome to my silent fury face. That has to be. I had a smug face. I was preparing to show you, to show my smugness. That's not. I forgot which button I used my smug face. Yeah. Look at me. I can now smug like the pros. Do you not understand? I wanted a smug face for this so long. Look at this. Wait, let me zoom in on it. No, not there. Nope, I'm not zooming in there. Hold on, look. I got a smug on my face now. Look at my smug. Embrace it. Embrace my smug. Embrace all the smug I am giving you. My smug energy. My smug energy is here for the chat to endure. Look at my absolute smug. My smug is here for you. I feel like these. Yeah, I got a smug. Look at that. Look at that. I have a smug face. Now I can dominate you with my smug energy. And some other expressions that are in the works is something on happiness and yandere face. I have a yandere face now. I'm now yandere mode. I have a yandere face. And scared. I'm gonna zoom out. Let me zoom out. I have a scared face. No, I have a scary face. I have a scared face. Silent fury. And of course my smug. Smiley. Now I can dominate you with my smug. Embrace my smug. Okay, so today is where we do part 2 of me teaching you. Oh my gosh, you have to bring your dog for a walk. Go bring your dog for a walk, dude. Tell the dog I said hi. Tell your dog I said hi. Tell your lovely dog I said hi. But make sure you feed it. But today I will be showing, oh my gosh. Today is the day where we learn Chinese part 2, which is actually going to be a very short one because there's not much in this lesson unless it's like a couple of words and like couple of like, what was it, more grammar tips. So without further ado, 大家好，我叫爱丽丝，我是老师，他是学生。今天中国学习2 Welcome to Chinese Lessons Part 2, where we learn about nationalities and family. Basically words that mean nationalities and family. But today we learn part 2 of Chinese. I mean, there's multiple parts of Chinese, but this is part 2 that I'm doing. It's gonna be a series, so if you haven't watched the first part, which you totally do because I worked super hard on making this lovely PowerPoint. Like, look how lovely this PowerPoint is. I'll make a little playlist so that I can reorganize this so that you guys can get a full, beautiful outlook on Chinese learning with your favorite VTuber. Okay, so before we begin, we have to remember the tones because tones are very crucial. They're very crucial. We got first tone ma, first tone flat again. We got ma going up again, ma. Third tone going down, then up, ma. Fourth tone going down and then ma. Fifth tone being neutral, which means you shouldn't put any emphasis on the tone whatsoever. Again, kids, people, tones are very crucial for Chinese language because people need to realize what the heck you're saying. So yeah, I'm gonna like up. So this little lesson is gonna be kind of short because of what we're learning about, and today we're learning about nationalities and family names or friend names. So the first word, こちら 人 which means person, and if you were to use it in a sentence, which would be this sentence here, 我是美国人 we're gonna learn about what 美国 means, but this sentence basically reads out as I'm American. We got 我是 as we learned in the first part. Basically 我是 basically means I am, and then we got a new word that we're going to learn in the next little example, 美国人, which 美国人 means American and then means American. And if you were to break it down even more weirdly, I guess,美国basically means America, and then 人 again person, so America person, so American. And speaking of America, that's basically what that means. What 美国 means in Chinese. 美国。おはようございます。おはようございます。元気してた？今日は中国語のレッスンが始まりますので、これからよろしくお願いいたします。おはようございます。 でしたか？朝ごはん食べましたか？ご飯食べましたか？この時間で。おはよう。美国 which is third tone and then second, third tone, second tone, 美国 means America in Chinese. And I think I believe in Japanese, it will be the equivalent to saying America because of the katakana and that it can be described in katakana. And American would be アメリカ人. So if you were to say 我是美国人 in Japanese, it would be 私はアメリカ人です. Oh, it's good you're doing fun. よかったですね. 私も元気です. And of course, we got 中国, which means China in Chinese, obviously, which is a combination of 中国. Thank you for worrying. No problem. I always worry. I know it's already morning where もうすでに日本はもうすでに朝なんですけど、私は今もう10日なんですけどね。朝じゃなくて。でもいつも心配してます。本当に心配してます。あなた様。しめて中国語は中国 which means China in Chinese, which is a combination of 中 first tone and then 国 second tone, so 中国. And another example would be 我是中国人, which basically means I'm Chinese. Again, 我是 meaning I am, and then 中国人 Chinese. And again, breaking it down would be 中国 China, then 人 person. So 中国人. Again, going back to the tones here, so it's very important. Again, if you need help with tones, I suggest using this chart as a reference and doing the tone with your hands so that you understand how to pronounce it efficiently. And that's all I can say. Again, this lesson is probably going to be short because we're not really kind of learning as much, but I want to make it fulfilling because we learned a lot on the first day. Or should I say the first stream that I actually did this? しめてこれは我是中国人 I'm Chinese. しめて日本語は私は中国人です。だからこれはもう一つ中国、そして中国人は中国と人。そうね、そうですよね。中国語は本当に難しいな。ですよね。でも頑張ってくださいよ。I understand. Chinese is a very hard language to learn and to master, but I believe in you. I believe in you. You can succeed. Believe in you. 私はあなたを信じてますから。諦めないでくださいよ。私はあなたを信じてますから。そしてもう一つは什么 meaning what? I think we'll go more in depth into what 什么 means in like a grammar section. But an example sentence for 什么 is what we learned in the first stream, which is basically 你叫什么名字 or what is your name. That's where 什么 comes into place. But 什么 also can be used in more grammar type way, which we'll learn in another slide or so. I hope myself believes on myself. そうよ、諦めないで。自分を信じてくださいよ。自分に信じてくださいよ。私はあなたを信じてますから、諦めないで。信じてください。これはできるよ。 めないだよ。本当に信じてください。そして例えばこれはいっぱい中国語なんですよね。でもブレイクダウンでやりましょう。So this is a sample sentence of what we learned so far with these. そうよ、やれる。できるよ、あんた。例えばこれは本当にいっぱい中国語なんですけど、でもブレイクダウンすれば、if we break down all of these sentences here, if we break down these two, 你好，我叫爱丽丝，你叫什么名字？ Which is again, hello, my name is Iris, because this is how you would spell my name in Chinese. And then what is your name? Which is what we have here with all the different tones. The different tones and whatnot. Again, you can say 我叫 and then replace 爱丽丝 with whatever your name is. I'm gonna erase that L because that's not what we have here. So yeah. So 你好，我叫爱丽丝，你叫什么名字？ And again, we're gonna know what this is, but 名字 is basically how you say name in Chinese. I'm mad I can do this. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, Chad. You got this. Believe in yourself. Oh my. What the? Oh, yo. Can you translate my name too? あなたの名前は中国語でトランスレートするとなんか難しい。あなたの名前は Your name is 28cm のバベルの、いやそれは難しい。それは難しいなんですけど、あなたの名前ってやっぱり例えばあなたの名前をトランスレートするとなんでしょうかね。まあ28は中国語で言えば28なんてね。そうよね。28は中国語は28厘米。そうよね。そのパート。28セントミートルのバネル。28バベルってバベルはね、バベルは中国で読んでると、バベルはバ别塔バベルタワー28 Babel Tower, son. 28 Babel Tower. 私の女神の魔力で、私の神の28 Babel Tower。そうよね。あなたの中国名前はね、20厘米バ别塔。それはあなたの中国語名前なんですけど、あなたの中国語名前、日本語で、いや、中国で、20厘米巴别塔。 2、3、4、5、別塔。それはあなたの中国語名前なんですけど。If I were to translate it like that, if I were to translate that name, that's how it would sound. 2、4、5、别塔。That's what your name would be translated in Chinese. That's what it would be. I had to use my godly powers of deciphering because that is how your name would be pronounced in Chinese. So, yeah. なんで喋るのだっけ？あ、そうそうそう。これは、我是美国人。你是中国人。This sentence would be 我是美国人 which is I'm American, and then 你是中国人 Are you Chinese? 私は日本人でもないです。ネイティブの英語を完全に勉強できます。あ、そうなの？そうなの？私は日本人でもないので、ネイティブの英語を完全に話そうできます。そう。日本人でもなくて、でも英語は話せるのことですね。そうなの。そう。それは良かったんですよね。本当にすごい。You're just talking Japanese out of my booty, and you're not. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. You can speak both Japanese and English, but you can also speak native English. That's cool. 本当に良かったんですよね。そうか。そうなんですか。間違えた。私は間違えたんですよ。やれ。草。それは本当に草ね。You got checkmated! 騙されたあなた様！なんで Why did you trick me, chat? Why did you trick me? I thought we trusted each other and you tricked me. Why did you trick me? Now I'm sad. Now I'm sad. You tricked me, Chad. You tricked me, Chad. How dare you? You tricked me. Now I'm sad. You made me cry. You made me cry during a lesson of learning. Really? You didn't trick me? You really didn't trick me? You sure? You're honest? You didn't trick me? Really? Okay, I'm gonna stop crying now. I don't want to make you feel. Okay, you didn't trick me, so I'm not sad. Now I'm not sad. Now I'm not sad. Okay. I'm not sad. Okay. So yeah, that's basically vocab in a nutshell for this. So next slide. If it can go. There we go. Next. Couple of family terms. The first one being mama. Mama, which obviously means mother, obviously. So mama means mother. 我的妈妈很好, which means my mom is good. As you can see with mama, it starts with first tone, then neutral tone. So, mama. Not to be confused with going down to fourth tone. It would be this tone, then light tone. So, mama. It's like if you're saying mama in Japanese, like mama. 同じの感じね。And of course, an example sentence for that would be 我的 妈妈很好. My mom is good. And we'll get to the in a grammar slide so that you'll understand what I mean by 我的妈妈很好. But know that my mom is good. 我的妈妈很好. And to say father in Chinese would be 爸爸. Baba. So unlike mama, which has a first tone, which is the flat tone, then a light tone, Baba uses the fourth tone going down and then to a neutral tone. So you don't want to get Baba confused with ba ba, because it's not using both fourth tones. It's only using one fourth tone for the first ba and then a light tone for ba. So baba, which means father or dad. なんかしめて日本語はこの2つの言葉を読んでるとなんかママ、しめてお母さん、そしてパパ、しめてお父さんと同じの感じなんですよね。しめて例えば他是我的爸爸。他是我的爸爸。That is my father. And of course, I'm using 他, which is again the first flat tone. And of course, because I'm using this spelling of 他, とてもそうよね。そうですよね。And of course, since I'm using this ta, that means I'm referring to a he or referring to a he. Not to be confused with this spelling for ta, which is referring for a she or her. さまざまなことこのよそうよねそうよねそうですよねあ、ちょっと間違えた So in this example we have the masculine form or masculine spelling for ta, not to be confused with this spelling for ta, which this one here is only to be used for if you're referring to a girl or female. This ta is only for masculine or for male, but they are pronounced the same. And speaking of this sentence, that's where we learn どうやって中国語を呼びたいと思ったのですか？いっぱい勉強してました。どうやって中国語を呼びたいと思ったのですか？どうやっていっぱい勉強してますなので、いっぱい本を読んだり、学校で行ったり、でも、全部中国語と勉強するとは私、自分で勉強するなんですけど、先生はいらなかったんですけど、だから、高いなんですけど、中国語を勉強するの先生教えたり本当に高いなんですけど、だから私は中国語は一人ぼっちで勉強するなんですけど、いっぱい本を買って、そして読んで、そしてアプリも作ったんですけど、でも一番の勉強するの方法は多分いっぱいの中国語人を聞いたり、そしてそのスタイルを勉強してました。I think when I learned Chinese, I didn't have a Chinese teacher. I really didn't have like a Chinese teacher. I really just studied by myself. I just studied by myself and got the I studied by myself and got the books and everything by myself and just studied by I just studied by myself. It's expensive to even like get a Chinese teacher that's like near your area instead if you go to a college and whatnot. But that again is also very expensive and I don't have that money. So I basically just got books and apps by working hard and getting jobs and just basically studied by myself. And also a tip is also listening to other Chinese people to see how the style is and how they flow and connect each and every word, and also the tone and articulation. That's also another tip for learning. いっぱい中国語と中国人のビデオを見たり、そしてアーティキュレーションとかスタイルとかを勉強するのです。全部自分が中国語を勉強するので、そして呼びたいです。マジ本当に？日本語はどうですか？日本語は同じです。日本語は2年3年勉強してました。自分なので。そして去年は4年勉強したのですが、で本当に考えてると5年勉強してましたけど、日本語はどうですか？同じなのです。いっぱいアプリをしてて、本を買して日本のテレビの見て聞いて音楽を聴いて、そして自分に日本語を勉強してました。ありがとうございます。I've been studying Japanese for like 4 years using like methods like go listen to apps, listen to music, watch videos of articulation and the style to get the idea across, read books. So yeah, I've done all this studying by myself. I really didn't have a teacher because it's expensive to get one during the time. So I basically just on hand studied the language by myself. ありがとうございます。本当にデレそうなっちゃった。進めみましょう。ありがとうございます。Really put a lot of hard work on it. Thank you so much. I really tried. I really tried because I really wanted to communicate with more people and also to learn more about its culture. So that's why I really studied super hard. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 本当に嬉しいです。いつか日本語のしゃべる Vtuber コラボしたいと思いますが、本当にいつかその Vtuber たちがコラボしたいと思います。だから勉強します。日本語のしゃべるの人はコミュニケーションになるために本当にありがとうございます。嬉しい。So with this word here, that would be 同学, which basically means classmate. So an example sentence would be this one, which is 他是我的同学, which again, 同学, both having the going up second tone. So again, this would mean that is my classmate. And again, this is the feminine 他, so I'm obviously referring to a girl, unlike this 他, which is obviously to a guy. So that's something you should keep in notice. So for what we had in the last stream that I did this and what we have now with what we're learning, again, so we have what is it? We have this big old sentence here, which basically reads out as 你好，我叫丽丽，她叫天一， 天一是我的同学比我的朋友。我的妈妈是老师。天一的爸爸是苏尼 Vtuber， 他们是中国人。I should have put the translation here, but this is basically 你好 again hello 我叫 Lily, which is my name is Lily, or yeah, my name is Lily. 她叫天一 her name is 天一。天一是我的同学。天一 is my friend. 天一 is my classmate. 比我的朋友 and my friend. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, we're doing Chinese lesson number 2. Hi, thank you for joining. Hello. Thank you for joining. We're on part 2 of Chinese. Part 2, the sequel. We're on the sequel. 続けて我的妈妈是老师。My mom is a teacher, which is basically this sentence. 我的妈妈是老师 which 老师 means teacher. 天一的爸爸是说你 Vtuber. 天一's dad is a Vtuber or a virtual YouTuber. That's basically what that sentence means. And now we got 他们是中国人 which is basically they are Chinese, which is basically what this translation is. So not only do we have 我的同学 which is basically my classmate, that we have this little not that one, but we have this little word. Are you gonna teach German in the future? Yes, I am. I am gonna teach German in the future. I will teach German in the future. I will. You can bet on that. I'm definitely teaching German in the future. Maybe beginner German to get like a feel as to how the word structure works. But I am planning on teaching German in the future. Of course. So, continuing, when we have this little word, which is be, which is basically the equivalent to and. And of course, this connecting to already complete sentences. So, 天一是我的同学比天一 is我的同学 which is what we learned, which is classmate. Will you step on me in the future? Of course. My silly Chad. Of course I'll step on you in the future. That's what I came here for. Just to step on you. Just to step on you. Oh, Tony. 我的朋友 being friend and then my friend. 我的妈妈是老师 mom's a teacher. 天一的爸爸是说你 Vtuber. And then we have this little sentence which is 他们是中国人 which is basically 他们basically meaning they, because you have 他 which is again either masculine or feminine. And now that I look at it, I use the masculine form even though clearly T and Lily are both girls in this scenario, so ignore that. And then we have men, so if you make 他们, that would mean they. In a later lesson, I'm going to teach what different forms you can make with this, because there's 他们 and 你们 and 我们, which all means different separate things, but that will be discussed in a later edition of these Chinese lessons. And then you got 中国人, which is what we learned to be Chinese. So yeah. So 最後の grammar. Now we get to the grammar stuff that I was talking about in the previous thing. So the first thing we should learn is the, which if we go back here, just like ma, used at the end of an interrogative sentence or a question sentence, the also uses the light neutral tone. And for this the right here, the is used after a pronoun, aka a personal pronoun, or a noun to indicate possessive form in a sentence. And we've used that a lot in this entire basic sentence structure throughout this lesson. So basically, an example or examples would be ที่是我的同学比我的朋友, which is what we learned here in this sentence, basically meaning 天一 is my classmate and my friend. So if we were to break this down even further, 天一是我的同学, which is basically 天一 is my, because we have 我 and then the, which basically indicates that it's mine, my 同学 classmate. Oh, I said friend, didn't I? God dang it. We have all these words mixed up and you don't know how to. Yeah. So 天一是我的同学, 天一 is my classmate, because we have this the after the 我 to basically indicate that it's mine. It makes it a possessive form. And if we take away the be, the and look at this sentence, which is 我的朋友, 我的朋友, again, it indicates that this the right here, this the indicates that it's my friend. It's my friend, because it's being in a possessive form. A second sentence, what we got from this big sentence here is 我的妈妈是老师. 我的妈妈是老师, which again is being in a possessive form, because it's saying my mom is a teacher. 我的 my or mine in this possessive form, then mama, mother, and then is 是 老师, which is teacher. So again, this sentence will become a possessive sense, being that my mom is a teacher, because we have the after the noun 我. And then we have this one. 天一的爸爸是虚拟 YouTuber. 天一的爸爸是虚拟 YouTuber, which is basically saying Tiany's dad is a virtual YouTuber. So it could definitely still mean possessive. 天一的, so the noun being the person 天一 and then the. So now it's automatically a possessive form, meaning that Tiany's or this person. And then of course 爸爸 meaning father in Chinese, and of course 是 说你 YouTuber, which what we learned in the first video or the first live stream where we learned Chinese, basically meaning virtual YouTuber. And again, not to be confused with the Bilibili term 说你 up 住说你 up 住 which is the Bilibili term to mean up, virtual up master, because Bilibili uses a different terminology. So if you were to refer to your virtual YouTuber friends who are Chinese and only stream exclusively or does stream to YouTube, you would use this term 说你 YouTuber. But back to this sentence, 天一的爸爸是说你 YouTuber, which basically means 天一 because possessive, dad is a virtual YouTuber. It would make way more sense as we break down more terms and get into more language stuff, but this is just the basics of the basics. 说no YouTuber. Yeah. If you were to type this out, so if I were to do this, so let's see, this term here, this, it would be 说你 YouTuber, or virtual YouTuber. It would be this with the tones of 说你, which would be flat then third tone. So it wouldn't be 说no YouTuber, it would be 说你 YouTuber. So XU, but this U being in first tone, and then ni as in ni hao being third tone, then YouTuber. That's how you would put out virtual YouTuber. I'll make a little playlist compiling all the Chinese lessons into one so that you can get a comprehensive guide as to pronunciation and the vocab words, because in the first live stream when I taught Chinese, we did learn about the differences and the spellings between this and 说你 up 住, which again, 说你 up 住 being the Bilibili, which the Bilibili term, if you were to spell it out, it would be this 说你, which 说你 being virtual, and then up, and then 住. This term that I just typed out is the Bilibili, is the term that is exclusively used for people who stream on Bilibili. So it would mean virtual up master. And I'll just put a little disclaimer again. Bilibili terms. And again, this word 说你 having the same first and third tone thing like YouTuber, and then 住 having the downward fourth tone. So again, as we learned in the first one, this entire term only applies to YouTube, and then this only applies to Bilibili. So never call this to a person that streams on YouTube, because that's not the right term. And then the final little grammar tip is 什么, which we already heard from the first lesson, and even with the simple basic question of asking a person's name, 你叫什么名字, which is basically what is your name, and 什么 meaning what in Chinese. For 什么 to use in a grammar term, 什么 replaces the answer part of an interrogated sentence so that it indicates that the interlocutor needs to respond. So yeah, if you were to, so yeah, in Chinese sentences, basically, well, I don't even watch any Bilibili streams. Yeah, I kind of watch Bilibili streams, but sometimes it's kind of hard to understand Bilibili streams because of the big language barrier. But I do want to support Bilibili, V streamers or V up masters one day. But I will keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah, this term only applies to people who stream exclusively on Bilibili on that platform. Well, this one is just the universal term for you VTubers or YouTubers that stream on the platform, so. But for 什么, in Chinese sentences, the word order for both question and answer sentences are practically the same way. Because as we learned from the last lesson, we learned of the sentence structure of S plus V plus O, which is subject plus verb plus object. Meaning you have your subject, which is either you or ta or the person's name, the verb, and the only verb we only got so far is for am, which is 是, and then the object. So again, subject plus verb plus object would equivalent to saying 我是虚拟 YouTuber or I am a VTuber in that sense. But you could also use this sentence structure and replace the object with 什么. So for example, we have this sentence here which basically equates to 他叫什么名字? 他叫什么名字? And for 什么, it uses the upward second tone and the light fourth tone. So 什么. So in this sentence, basically, 他叫什么名字? Which basically asks what is her name. Again, this ta right here, this ta that you're seeing, only applies to a feminine person. Not to be confused with this ta again, which is used in a masculine situation. We're using the feminine version of ta. We'll get to the third version of ta, like the third character or the third character of ta, which basically showcase it, but that's gonna be later down the line because we're only focusing on like objects that we can vividly name, like he, she, or us, you know? So we can basically have a sentence that says 她叫什么名字, which is basically asking what is her name. And since we have 什么 here, since we have 什么 in this sort of scenario, that means that the person has to respond with an answer. Sir, it's not like saying what we learned in the last live stream, 你是学生吗? Where you don't have to answer because it's not forcing you in a way to answer with 你是学生吗? Meaning, are you a student? And with that example, we learned in the last live stream that, yeah, you can answer that in two ways. You can blatantly say 是 or 我是学生, which is yes or I am a student. But with 什么, you have to answer. So with 什么 being in between of the S plus V plus O style of a sentence, or in this case, subject plus verb plus 什么, you have to respond to that question. So in this one, 他叫什么名字? A person would answer, or any person would answer, 他叫天一, or that's 天你, or she is called 天一, or her name is 天一. It gets more complicated with like bigger sort of questions and stuff. So this is just an introductory level to 什么. So just a recap, if you see 什么 in any sort of sentence that has a subject plus a verb and then 什么, you need to respond to that question. It's not like with 嘛 that you can just answer in two ways. You have to directly answer when you see 什么 in that. Okay. And I think with that basically gets us to where we stop. いかがだったでしょうか？今回の中国語レッスン。難しいなんですけど、でも皆様いっぱい勉強するので、そして頑張ってくださいよ。So yeah, that's basically the short little lesson of learning family and basically person and nationality. I believe in the next lesson we'll learn more nationalities because there's definitely way more than just American and Chinese. There's 日本人, which is basically more difficult way of saying Japanese, and then you have Korean and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's where trying to fit everything what you said. Noise. It takes a while. I am gonna leave. Don't worry, I am gonna leave this stream and I'm gonna make a playlist from the first lesson so that all you guys that are studying or want to recap, you guys can go back to those two streams and write down stuff. So that's basically where we're gonna end this little lesson. It wasn't really something that big. It's just learning about how to say like you're American or you're Chinese and whatnot. But I thank you all for coming in to join me on my little lesson here, and I hope you learned something from it. Or if you have learned something, tell your friends. I am a very educational professional person. そして次の配信でまた見えましょうか。おついり、バイバイ。再见、バイバイ。お疲れ様でした。バイバイ。